In the heart of Lagos, Chief Adewale Balogun was a man everyone respected. He was rich, powerful, and deeply admired. A loving husband, a devoted father, at least that's what everyone believed. Until the day he died. The news spread quickly. Friends, business partners, and family members gathered at his mansion. The atmosphere was heavy. Tears filled the house. His wife, Mrs. Balogun, sat quietly, dressed in black, surrounded by her 3 children. She had lost everything, or so she thought. She kept remembering his last words, his last smile, the promises he made. To her, he had always been honest, always present, always reliable. There had never been any sign, any suspicion. But now, as she sat there in silence, a strange feeling began to grow inside her. A feeling she could not explain. The day of the funeral arrived. It was grand. Expensive cars lined the street. Important people came to pay their respects. Everything was perfect. The ceremony was carefully organized, reflecting the status of the man they were burying. Even in death, Chief Adewale commanded respect. Until something unexpected happened. A woman appeared at the gate. Simple clothes, calm face, but her presence was powerful. She wasn't alone. 2 children stood beside her. They looked nervous, holding on to her tightly, as if they knew something serious was about to happen. The guards tried to stop her. "Who are you?" they asked. She looked them straight in the eyes and said, "I am his wife." Silence, confusion, shock. Word spread quickly inside the house. Mrs. Balogun froze. Her children looked at her, not understanding. "What is happening?" Guests began whispering among themselves, some stepping aside, others watching closely. The peaceful atmosphere slowly turned tense. Some people quietly stepped away, sensing that the situation was about to escalate. The woman was allowed inside. Step by step, she walked into the compound. No fear, no hesitation, only truth. She stood before everyone and spoke calmly. "For over 15 years, I was married to Chief Adewale." Gasps filled the air. People began to whisper, "This is impossible. He would never do that." But she wasn't done. She brought out documents, photos, messages, proof, carefully kept over the years, as if she always knew this day might come. And then she said the words that broke everything. "These are his children." The 2 kids stepped forward. They looked just like him. The same eyes, the same face. There was no denying it. Some guests lowered their heads, unable to look at Mrs. Balogun. Others stared in disbelief, trying to process the situation. A heavy silence filled the air, broken only by distant murmurs. Mrs. Balogun felt her world collapse. The man she loved, the man she trusted, had been living a double life. Anger replaced grief. "How could he do this to me?" she cried. Her children stood in silence, hurt and confused. They began to question everything they thought they knew about their father. But the real battle had just begun. Days later, the issue of inheritance came up. Properties, money, businesses, everything Chief Adewale owned was now in question. Lawyers reviewed documents, wills, and hidden assets. The situation became more complicated with every detail uncovered. The second woman refused to leave. "My children deserve their share," she said firmly. Her voice was calm, but her determination was unshakable. Lawyers got involved. Family meetings turned into arguments. Voices were raised. Accusations were made. Old tensions that had nothing to do with this situation suddenly resurfaced. Secrets began to surface. People who once smiled together now couldn't stand each other. Even extended family members took sides, dividing the family even further. What was once a united family slowly turned into strangers fighting for power. The perfect family was broken, not by death, but by truth. In the end, one thing became clear. Chief Adderwale didn't just leave behind wealth. He left behind a war and a question no one could answer. Was he a good man, or just a man who lived a perfect lie?